is up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We're still here at SEMA. Of course, I could move into this Dodge booth with all the horsepower and all the on-throttle performance that's sitting here, and this is one of them. This is the next edition of the sneaker drop cars. This is your 2023 Dodge Charger. This particular one is the King Daytona. But before we dive into this four-door supercharged high-performance machine, let's talk about what's going on here, the Charger. When Dodge brought the Charger back, some people were a little disappointed. They were expecting a two-door Charger. Obviously, with this last generation, it's all been about four-door performance. Now, back in the original muscle car days, you would say that this car has two doors too many, because a performance car only had two doors. But guess what? Dodge, being the magicians that they are when it comes to making horsepower come out of a hat, they have been able to prove that old saying wrong with this vehicle. Now, the King Daytona goes back to 1969. There was a guy by the name of Big Willie Robinson. Big Willie, that's what his nickname was, because he was big on horsepower. He had a 1969 Dodge Charger that was the same color, GoMango. So part of the sneaker drop series, the final calls, the last calls with these special editions, Dodge wanted to not only honor Big Willie, but also produce this mean machine for you. Now, they're only building 300 of these. Each sneaker drop car has a different feel. Some of them allow you a different color choice. GoMango is the only color for this particular one. So let's go ahead, let's dive in and find out, is this the ultimate four-door performance car, special car for the future to see? Is it this Daytona, this King Daytona? Let's dive in and find out. Right off the bat, you have that muscle car style that people have craved when they brought to fruition the new Charger. You're gonna get that wide body. So this is obviously a Hellcat red-eye wide body, but we got more power underneath the hood, 3 extra inches. And the crazy thing is that this shape can do over 200 miles per hour. That's a football field every single second. I love the way that on this particular one, they went with the shiny chrome hood pins with the cable that holds everything together. You got your LED lighting, of course, that looks really sinister. And then the best part is functionality everywhere. Functionality in the corner vents. As we slide across the front, I love the way GoMango sparkles underneath the lights. You have full functionality with the SRT badge. And like I said, these cars come one way, just like this. You cannot change anything on them from the factory. 1 of 300. Love that aggressive front. The lower portion, same story. All that air coming in. And to think, like I said, over 200 miles per hour. Now, Big Willie was a pretty big guy. Well, guess what? This has a big bulge to honor him. Rising up onto that hood, you got your muscle car bulge, functional center scoop, and your functional ginormous heat extractors. Remember, heat robs us of horsepower. We want cool, cold, condensed air that produces a bigger bang with the spark. So you're gonna wanna drag that hot air out from underneath the hood. Coming around the bend, of course, with those massive flares, what are we working with? Wheel and tire setup. You're gonna get these beautiful bright silver Sidewinder wheels, 20 inches, 305s all four corners. You got your bright orange SRT, 6-piston Brembo calipers. My only zonk is that's not mango. That's not GoMango. That's like a lighter pastel orange. I wish they would have made it the same exact color, but you do have your 15.4-inch rotor, slotted, ventilated two-piece, adaptive suspension, and of course, this thing is set up for the drag strip or your favorite road to let it rip. But that has that wonderful setup. Coming down the side to match all the silver, you got your bright silver Hellcat with the red-eye badge. This one, remember though, has 10 more horsepower. So we have 807 horsepower underneath the hood, bolted to that Torque Flight 8-speed automatic transmission. Would have been cool with this last call if they would have done a 6-speed manual Charger. I know a lot of you were hoping for that, but it's not gonna happen. Gloss black on the mirror cap, so that's another specific touch of the King Daytona. Working our way down, I love that scallop. The way they have that nice indentation gives the Charger so much character. Working our way towards the rear, there it is. You got your crown. The King has its crown. King Daytona, classic satin stripe across the back with that satin black trunk-lid spoiler. And then to wrap it off with the striping and the GoMango color, of course, the badging, the bright silver. They were very consistent with that. The chrome Dodge badge across the middle. And even the way they did Charger. I love the way it looks in silver. It makes it pop off the GoMango color. And then my favorite part of this Charger is the exhaust. Nice slash cut, oval opening, stainless steel tips is gonna let that 6.2 liter Supercharged Hemi roar. Simple on the lower bumper side, but you know what? This has some special touches on the interior. Let's go ahead, let's dive into this King Cobra and see if it is royalty. All right guys, we're inside the King Daytona. This thing, I'm telling you, anytime I get into one of these Chargers, I don't care what it is, you just feel badass. I'm just gonna say it, just like that. Don't flag me in the comment section, don't report me to YouTube, but you definitely just feel killer in this thing. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, what about pricing? No pricing has been unveiled yet, but definitely stay tuned on Dodge Garage Access, their website, because they're gonna list who's getting what when it comes to your local dealers and what the price is gonna be. But until that day comes, let's see if this is the baddest four-door performance car. To the door panels. I love the way they brought the orange theme into the interior. You got the GoMango bright orange stitching, and I love the way they did the diagonal lines through the Alcantara, even the stitching on the armrest. Of course, you're gonna have that door pocket for a nice, large Las Vegas hot dog. What is a Las Vegas hot dog? It's a traditional hot dog, but you actually put mustard and then gold edible flake on it. Try it the next time you're at Bally's. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, your passenger gets a little taste of history. That King Daytona name never looked better. More the stitching. They went spot on with all the great stitching, the carbon fiber. Of course, you're gonna have your same 8.4-inch Uconnect system, and this is gonna have the performance pages, all of that great setup, the launch control. Working your way down, you still got your physical buttons. There's gonna be come a time where physical buttons are not gonna exist anymore. So just enjoy that time now. This is where you can put your race slips every time you run it down the drag strip. ZF Torque Flight 8-speed automatic transmission, carbon fiber, cup holders. Open this up, that's where you're gonna freaking put all of the tiers of those other four-door performance cars. You got an AMG, big deal. This thing's got 807 horsepower, and I just spit everywhere. Seats, the leather, the Alcantara, look at that. Let's go to Daytona. I remember 1983 was the first time my dad ever took me to Daytona. Every time I see that name, it just makes me feel all tingly inside. The stitching, you do have, of course, power assist for the passenger, power assist for the driver, and the Alcantara headliner. Come on over. I want to show you where Big Willie wishes he was still sitting, coming over behind the wheel of this King Daytona. All right, guys, here we are, business time behind the wheel. Seats are very, very comfortable. There's never been a more comfortable seat in a muscle car than in these Chargers. Of course, being 6 feet tall, I got plenty of room, and I'm not Big Joe. I'm just regular Joe Raiti. Down below, you do have aluminum pedals, of course. I still wish they did something with that dead pedal, so I am gonna zonk that. But the steering wheel, as we rise up, look at it, the Alcantara and the orange stitching. So they carried it through, metal paddles to bang through that Torque Flight 8-speed automatic, the stitching up top, and the carbon fiber, and then of course the gauges. That classic retro look with the digital in the center really makes it easy to navigate as you're hauling butt down the road. I want to go on throttle. This thing has got 4 doors. I could take some of you with me. Raise your hand if you want to go on throttle with me. We're gonna have to wait until this one hits the media lots and the media drive events, but until that day, let's wrap it up here with 807 horsepower from SEMA. All right, guys, it's been one of those days here at SEMA. I'm hoping that one day all of you will be able to make it here because it is really a culture experience to not only see what the OEMs do, but also all these other brands when they put their hard work, determination, sweat, and tears. You can hear them over the speaker system. They're now opening up the doors to the industry public. So that means the media people like us have to get moving very soon and try to pick up the pace. But let's talk about this King Daytona. The color, the horsepower. The best part is it comes exactly like this from the factory. You may say to yourself, well, I want black hood pins. No, Dodge isn't going to do it. These sneaker drop cars are exactly as they come. Some of them, like the Swinger editions, you could get those in 2 different greens, but this King Daytona is the way that it comes. So let me know what you think as Lori's laughing at me. Ha ha ha. Let me know what you think. Has Dodge taken the right stance as they move forward, coming out with these final call, these last call editions? Is the King Daytona high on your list? 1 to 300. This is it. Let me know in that comment section, or are you gonna go with another 4-door performance car? There's lots of German Euro cars to choose from. They definitely don't have the character of this thing, that's for sure. But let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raity's Rides family. If you wanna help us keep making content, show us some love in that comment section. Make sure you support us. Gotta give it up to the greatest supporter, Lori, working that camera like a champ. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.